Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On behalf of our director, Gary Gillette, and members of the Missoula City Band, Bill Roach here saying welcome to our premiere/second concert. The premiere was canceled, so the second one is now the premiere. I'm glad everyone's confused, because I know I am. Of the 2013 season. We're all glad, truly, you are fans coming out in this damp weather. And we'd like to welcome this year's music camp to our concert. Where are you folks? Make a noise. Okay, folks, if you would please join us now as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Well, the Missoula City Band is quite a family, as are you folks in attendance in the audience, and we like to kind of introduce ourselves. There's a whole different types of members here from different walks of life, but we'd like to kind of show you how many people have been here for a certain length of time. So, band members, if you would please, if this is your first time through the 10th year, would you please stand up now?
Stand up! First through 10 years.
These are the newbies. All right, 10 years to 20 years. Band members, please stand up. And we've got 20 to 30 years. I'm standing for this one. The numbers are dwindling, folks. Let's see, where was I? 30 to 40. Would you please stand? There's Bill. And Mr. Smart. 50 to 60.
There's a gap there. That's the gap generation.
Would anyone who's been playing from 61 to 60, between 61 and 63 years, would they please stand? Get up, Dave.
Sit down.
And folks, here's what's really remarkable. Dick Johnson has played with this band every single year for those 62 years. Absolutely amazing. Well, we were going to play for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, but we decided to play The Bear Goes Over the Mountain for Dick Johnson. Now think about that. Now, one more thing about Dr. Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, he was on an honor flight not too long ago to Washington, D.C. I believe he's a Navy vet from World War II. Is that right, Dick? Yep, he was. So he just came back from that. Thank you, Dick. Now, we have a number of birthdays. A reminder, folks, if you've got a special event, anniversary, birthday, guest coming in from gosh knows where, let me know and I will try to make an announcement. But we have a number of birthdays today. John Spellman is 49 years old. Where's John? There he is, right there. Tarn from the music band camp is 17. Where's Tarn? Tucker Squires, 22 years old. And Aunt Hazel from Helena. Where's Aunt Hazel? Aunt Hazel did not make it, but she's here in spirit. So anyway, Gary is attracting bugs or something, but he's been saved. Happy birthday, folks. Here's our salute to you. For our first concert, we always like to play this piece. It's kind of a tradition now since Mr. Gillette has become the conductor. This is Gillette Look Sharp Marked, written by Malin Merrick. It's an upbeat tune that got the listeners' attention on the ABC Fight Network. And Mr. Gillette is quite a boxer himself. You should see him package things. Yes, amen. This song was recorded, published, and sheet music printed somewhere between 1953 and 1956, and it received quite a lot of play on U.S. radio shows and was used in the repertoire of many high school and college bands of the day. With a slight different emphasis, we like to remind our conductor, Herr Dirgent, Gillette, look sharp. If you talk about famous American band composers, Carl King is usually mentioned in the top three. As with most American band composers, Mr. King cut his composing teeth in the fast-paced world of the American circus. This generally differs from European band composers who hone their craft in the military. Because our first concert is in June, this has been a traditional favorite of ours for our premier concert. Showcasing our talented euphonium section, we present Carl King's Serenade, A Night in June. Well, we have one of our two guest performing soloists with us tonight. This is a piece that he wrote or arranged. It's called Napoli. It's based on Funicula, the famous Neapolitan song. Um, it was composed to commemorate the opening of the first funicular cable car on Mount Vesuvius. Does anybody see anything wrong with a cable car on Mount Vesuvius? I mean, I'm not an engineer, but even I can figure this is probably not a good idea. Well, anyway, in 1880, the cable car was destroyed by the eruption of Vesuvius in 1944. I have done extensive research, and as of 2012, you can still see some remains of the funicular on Mount Vesuvius. Not much. Did you know that, Ben?
He's just making crap up. Making crap up.
Oh, I'm talking about the original one. The one in 1880. There's a new one. If at first you make a mistake, do it again. That's what they do in Naples. Anyway, Ben Kirby is here. He's been teaching at the music camp. He's a bass teacher at the university. He's got his own extensive private practice. He plays many venues throughout the state and town. Please welcome Ben Kirby and his own composition, Napoli. Now, most of you in the audience know the composer George Rosen. Yes.
Excitement over here.
George, there's two of them. George Rosencrantz is a composer we kind of champion. He was a poor man. He never made a lot of money. Most people, when they composed, they either had their own traveling band like Sousa, or they had an own publishing house like many of the composers did. George had nothing. But he had a lot of talent, and we do try to keep the man going musically anyway. So we try one every concert. We've not repeated since we've done this, I believe, in 2003 or 2.
It just seems like forever.
It seems a long time. Yes, it is a very long time. Anyway, if you don't know about George, ask somebody in the audience who does. I won't go on. Our Rosencrantz du jour. Normally we dedicate our George Rosencrantz piece to someone in our audience. For example, I do have my brother-in-law and sister-in-law out visiting from St. Mary's. I'm not going to do that tonight, as this piece is a funeral march. And I happen to like Kathy and Mike very much. But I will say hello. Kathy and Mike, wave. There they are out in the corner there. And we've been doing the Missoula tourist thing, and it's a lot of fun. I got to tell you, have people out here. This is the vacation land. especially in February. No. We as musicians love to play this works for its musicality. Probably more people have heard this composition than any other Rosencrantz piece. It has been played at the funerals of Konrad Adenauer, King George VI, Dwight Eisenhower, John Kennedy, and Winston Churchill. It is truly a giant in its genre. A religious man, Mr. Rosencrantz, wrote a beautiful rendition of the hymn, My Faith Looks Up to Thee, in the trio. We are so happy you're here to share this beautiful piece with us by George Rosencrantz.
Reminder, brass A, second time only. Woodwinds at B, second time only.
Well, we hope you're enjoying the concert. We hope you're enjoying it a lot, as we're now going to send our collection gals out amongst you. And don't forget, now because we have a rainy day special, they have a George Rosencrantz CD, and they're selling like hotcakes, but we want to blow them out of here. There are 15 Rosencrantz marches or songs or compositions. There's more than marches. And they're done by your city band. And we're dropping the price to $10.
Oh my gosh, that's less than $1 or 2.
75 cents or something like that. Now please don't rush the stage to purchase them. Be orderly. They are available. Just tell one of our gals and they will get you a CD. Thank you for your support. You're all so generous. Your announcer is working off of 2 sets of notes because we've kind of combined different things. Anyway, I have an excuse for everything. Our next piece is new to us, and it's on the other page, which I can't get to. There it is. Yeah, he says the words, he's sorry, right? This is actually written in this century. This is something different for the city band to play. It was written in 2004. It's a concert band piece work written for the Langley High School Wind Symphony. It's by Steve Bryant, and this proves we do something more than old marches. This is Dusk by Steve Bryant, a nice piece. Many of you know our next guest soloist. This is Maggie Schubert. She teaches flute at the university. She plays like Ben in many, many venues around the state and the city. Just a remarkable talent. Maggie plays with us maybe every second or third year or more, hopefully. Very, very good. Tonight she's going to do, we went from dusk and now we're going to go to a piece called Morning Light.
As it's programmed intentionally.
And unlike Immortal Heroes, it's not morning, it's morning light, as in take a break a dick. Anyway. This was written by her husband, John. I don't know when it was written, there's no date on it, but it's a very nice piece and a bit upbeat. So let's have some fun. This is Maggie Schubert in Morning Light.
Yeah, it's probably on Facebook right now. It will be in about 2 minutes.
Thank you so much, Maggie. That was just wonderful. Very, very nice. Here's one of our legacy pieces that we love to play on our premiere concert. This is an old march written in 1880. It's a German march. It's written by Karl Teike. Like George Rosencrantz, Karl Teike didn't have a publishing house, nor did he have his own band. He was in the military at the time when he wrote this, and actually the conductor thought it was, he played it once and he took it and threw it away and said it was garbage. It is now probably next to the Stars and Stripes Forever, the most famous march in the world. Karl Teike worked as a postman and a policeman, so he was known in Germany as the musical policeman. This is, thank you for that whistle, this is Old Comrades or Alte Kameraden, one of the most popular band pieces in the world, and we're going to play it for you. And I forgot what I was going to say. We have a new piece to our repertoire tonight also. It's a mixture of old and new on our first concerts. This is called Dem Bones. You might have heard it, the toe bones connected to it, and all that sort of thing. And so it's a uplifting, based on a spiritual band piece. Where'd you find this, Mr. Gillette? He doesn't remember. That's fine.
Old gospel. Old gospel.
That's where you found it? Yeah, okay. Arranged by Paul Yoder. We'll move right along. Arranged by Paul Yoder. This is Dry Bones or Dem Bones, Dem Bones. It's fun.
now.
I think that one's a keeper, Gary. We should play that on another occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at our last number for our premiere concert. On behalf of myself, Gary, and the band, thank you for letting us share our music with you tonight. Next week, we'll share our program with the Missoula chapter of the Sweet Adelines on Wednesday and play at the Southgate Mall for the 4th of July on Thursday. Hope to see you there. Special thanks go to our soloists, Maggie Schuberg, Ben Kirby. You folks always, it's such a pleasure playing with you. Really, really good. For our last number this evening, we're going to play a series of melodies from Les Miserables, sung through musical based on the novel of the same name by the French poet and playwright Victor Hugo. Let's see, it has a English language libretto by Herbert Kurtzmer and was recently made into a major motion picture. Set into 19th century France, it's the story of Jean Valjean and his quest for redemption after serving 19 years in jail for having stolen a loaf of bread from his starving sister's child. What a crummy plot. Get it? Loaf of bread? Yeah, there it is. At any rate, it's wonderful music. Thank you again, folks. Have a good evening. We'll see you next week.